when you look at African brands, they mostly do not focus on quality.
Okay.
They're produced for the masses, for people to be able to afford it, leaving quality behind. If you want to know how much people love and care about you, open a business. Yes, open a business. And then you'd see, you understand. Friends who can post a picture of you guys hanging out would never post your business for once on their status. I got to discover your customers are not your friends.
Right.
You might really think you have followers, you have friends, you've got family. But my darling, your customers are none of these people. That's when you even get to see people don't really care about you.
Starting this 2022 into 2023, let's look at when you had your big breakthrough started.
That was in 2025.
Wow.
Yes, when I got sold out in 24 hours, I really didn't believe it. Social media might look very hard, tasking, but then as a business owner, I would say advertise your business shamelessly on the internet, especially on social media. Do not joke with it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode on Beyond the Surface podcast. I hope you watched our previous episode. If you haven't, please be sure to go back and watch it and leave your comments. If not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Now, today on our CEO series, we'll be getting into the beauty industry. We have the CEO of KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics that is going to dive deep into the beauty industry, how she started all of this. Again, here on the CEO series, the purpose for doing this is to encourage the young entrepreneur out there that it is possible to do it. Once you dream it, you can do it. And she's an example of a dream come true. So be sure to watch the interview to the end and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Welcome. My name is Enoch and I am your host. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for making the time to be here this morning.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Now, let's get into the background.
Okay.
Before all of this started, I'm sure most of our listeners are probably seeing you for the first time. Would you briefly introduce yourself and tell us what KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics is about?
Okay, thank you. My name is Arabella Wuhan, founder and CEO KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics. KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics is an African-owned beauty brand focused on high-quality beauty production, created to celebrate beauty, innovation, and confidence.
Fantastic.
Thank
now,
you.
If I hear KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics, what is that one sentence you can use to describe it?
KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics in one sentence. I would say it's where luxury beauty meets intentional skincare.
Fantastic.
Created for women who value quality and confidence.
Fantastic. Now, we're going to get deep into that pretty soon. But let's look at, as a young CEO, and I get fascinated when I see young women CEO. So I'm a big fan anyways. Now, tell us how your day typically is like.
In a nutshell, I'm going to say no 2 days are the same.
Okay.
Content creation, strategic thinking, and then you have basically building a brand.
Okay.
But I can assure you no 2 days are the same.
Okay. Right. Now, let's go to where all this started. Now, what kind of life were you living before you were the CEO of this great brand? What kind of life were you living? Who were you before you got into all of this?
Okay, that's you taking me back to the past, history, and all of that in one sentence.
I'm sure you also love that.
I'm going to say I'm a 3 times beauty queen.
Wow.
Yes, a 3 times beauty queen. Now a fashion model. And I hold a degree in food science and tech.
Wow.
Yes. I'm a lover of makeup, especially with good qualities, because I like quality things. No matter like the price, it doesn't matter to me at all. I like quality things because I'm prone to skin reaction.
Right.
So yeah, my life, I worked as a hostess, been a 3 times beauty queen, a degree in food science and technology. Basically,
now hold on. You mentioned that CV is nothing. Let's dive a little deep into it.
Okay.
3 times beauty queen.
Exactly.
What beauty pageant was that?
I started, I think, at age 13, 14.
Oh.
So would I say, a queen mother in modeling. So, yes, I started, I
Okay.
think, at age 13. I was a beauty queen of my secondary school.
Okay.
That's Optimum Victory College. And I was placed on scholarship for 1 year.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that's where my leadership trait started. Imagine you having to be the next in command after the proprietor of your school. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Everyone looks up to you. You take responsibilities of a lot of things bigger than your age.
Right.
And that brings me to saying leaders are born and also leaders can be made.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, beauty queen, model. Now, as an African, pursuing this passion, also looking at the kind of African parents we got.
Yeah.
Take us through that process.
I can remember always fighting with my mother because she's a deaconess in Redeemed Church. We're always fighting. Sometimes when I post, I intentionally don't pick calls because I know it's going to be, I preach to people, ha, ha, ha. You know, for me, I don't see it as a sin. I don't see that. I see it as confidence because you have to be confident to do modeling. So I kind of outgrow some outfits in modeling. Down to African parents, my mother was never in support of the outfits, not the profession or the modeling stuff. As a matter of fact, my father actually even voted for me. My sister gave me the agency link to where I joined the agency, whatever. So people tend to look at you. They have a term, especially in Africa, to tag models as indecent people and, sorry to use the word prostitute.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say they're right and they're wrong. If you've got, just a little advice, if you've got a kid or a child in modeling, if you don't have the funds and that child has got a talent, wait till you're able to finance your child because it might be really challenging.
Okay.
Because it's going to test your discipline. I mean, it will test your discipline very well, and it can be really hard for you to come out of it. So parents might be right, they might be wrong. But when you know the kind of child you give birth to, you shouldn't be scared. I always told my parents that when they be like, oh, I don't like this thing. See what you're wearing to work on a TV show. I'd be like, it's written in the Bible, train a child the way he should go, right? So when they grow, they don't depart from it. If you are sure of your upbringing, you shouldn't be scared. And then my dad took his mind off it. Sometimes, maybe when the modeling stuff that I have to do, my dad would remind me. My mother would say, know what you wear. Know what you wear. So I started picking because pursuing your career, you also have to respect the background you're from.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Now, let's touch a little bit on the modeling. I think it's a very interesting subject.
Okay.
The challenges that come into modeling. I mean, you talk about how people tag models as either prostitutes in quotes, because I mean we've heard people come out to talk about how because of lack of funding, whoever is funding you has advantage over you, and sometimes they want to have something to do with you before they help you. Did you encounter any of this, and how did you overcome them?
Like they always say, I have pride. You know, when people cannot bring you to do what they want you to do, then they see it as pride.
Right.
My dad is a military man, or is in the military. So you can imagine the kind of drillings we go through in the house. Yes, you can imagine the kind of drillings we go through. I'm from like a Christian home where we preach to ourselves in the house in morning devotion.
Right.
That doesn't mean a child who is from a Christian home cannot deviate. It's deep, For some basic reasons, there are things you wouldn't say as a model because when you say, other models are going to bash you because you're saying the truth.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it again, over and over again, just to avoid some certain things.
Yeah.
If you're putting your child in a modeling agency, be sure to be the child's manager if the child is still growing.
Okay.
Instinct, what I call self-discipline and self-worth in your child. That's the reason why I actually stopped pageant.
Okay.
pageant specifically, that's where you get to get like face challenges like that. You know, sometimes you might just want to be yourself, go for a pageant without the help of your parents. And that's where some agencies are going to push you to sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
They would not tell you directly, this is what sponsors do.
Mm-hmm.
It is when you get there, you get to know this is what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I've encountered a lot, cash offer. Some will even tell you, I'm going to make you win. I'm ready to buy the car for you. Da, 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 da. But like I said, if you don't do what people want you to do, then they see it as pride.
Mm-hmm.
But it paved ways for me in ways I never thought it would. Because when I look back in some agencies that I was, most of the girls who, would I say, paid in kind, never went farther than I did paying in cash and hard work.
Wow.
That's why I kept saying, if you got a child, you cannot finance your child. Let the child stay. Keep grooming the child.
Mm.
Luck can come from anywhere. The child's vision, or would I say, let me just say vision, is valid.
Yeah.
But you have to groom the child properly.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a female kid, you as a mother, I'm going to encourage you to be the child's personal manager. Do not entrust your child in someone's care.
Mm.
Anything that has to do with sponsor in modeling, it's not to be trusted.
Mm.
Exactly. It's not to be trusted. I think that's where I'm going to stop, because I don't want to, I'm avoiding
let's dive
certain
deep.
things. I don't want to.
Let's go beyond
I don't want to.
the surface.
Beyond the surface.
Yes.
Okay. How would you feel when, you don't have the money, but you have the talent? I'm someone who, when I walk on shows, everyone stand. Way back in the school, I had my first degree because I had my ND at the age of 17.
Right.
I was Miss Culture of my faculty, and, everyone looked up to me. I'm proud to say that, because
Right.
I'm a queen. I'm going to say my school and faculty cannot forget. They just believe when I'm up there on that stage, nobody comes close.
Mm.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
So imagine you with such status, and then you're invited for another pageant outside school.
Yeah.
Where you're being tested with sponsors. You're being tested with sponsors. I mean dignitaries, not just boys. I mean men of timber and caliber.
Yeah.
And then within you don't want to get your parents involved, because at that point in time, they were not in support of that field, because you were young, very young, and they cannot look after you from home.
Yeah.
And then you were like, then let me just see, since it's just a sponsor, let's give it a try. And then you end up in an hotel room. What am I doing in an hotel? Yes, it's something I'm very smart.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I was like, what am I doing in an hotel? And then they were like, oh, anybody can meet in an hotel. People fellowship with God also in an hotel. I felt comfortable. On getting there, and I saw the man, and I asked him, I said, are you my sponsor? He said yes. And I asked him one question. Why are we meeting in a hotel? And then he said, oh, are you new? That was the word he used.
Wow.
And I told him, I am not new, but someone of your age, don't you think what you're doing is wrong? And then he got angry. He told me to leave. I said, I won't leave. I'm going to tell you whatever I have to say, and I'm backing out from this pageant.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, and I said, because this is child abuse. Imagine me of 17 years. You're like my father's age mate, or if not my grandfather.
Yeah.
And then he was just there. He kept quiet. He listened. You won't believe, when I left, they sent another model. She happened to go on the show.
Okay.
But she didn't win.
Okay.
But I ended up having, because that same man had other friends. And then he sent another of his friends, like 4 different men had to even test me.
Wow.
And then one said one word. He said, it's a good thing you're not going for these pageants, because most of the beauty queens are used. I'm going to give you whatever price they're giving the winner. Do not go, because we cannot use you. And I said, light and darkness have nothing in common.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he just froze. He said, indeed, you're who they said you are. He said, I don't see pride. I just see self-worth. And that's where I started, like, there are certain things you don't know or understand.
Yeah.
And I started understanding what discipline can do in your life.
Yeah.
Till date, those people, they still come through for me. But when you look at other models, look at their life today, like, I don't know what to say.
Right.
Discipline and self-worth can actually do or influence your life. And to be truthful, I've always liked gays in modeling as my instructor.
Okay.
Reason being is because they're truthful and straightforward. You learn the truth in modeling from them and not female. Females are going to lie to you.
Right.
Yes, they will lie to you because, no matter how you get to trust your fellow women are selfish. Women are selfish deep down. I mean, very selfish, especially when it has to do with money. There is a lot of money in the industry.
Yeah.
But when you work with gays, they don't have eyes for you, the model, one. They can't sell you out, two. They let you do what you want. When you look at most highly fashionable women, they rather work with gays when you look properly.
Yeah.
Because they're more trustworthy. They can't snitch on you. When they're loyal to the core. But female, Rono, hey, Rono, female, they're always used to using a word. You use what you have to get what you want. That's a word you can never hear from the lip of a gay. That's what you never. Because sometimes I ask them, how did you get here? Then they tell you molestation. And I'd be like, it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Then they take you back to, there are some pageants that are strictly for gays.
Oh.
You might not know. But when they tell you, you've got a sponsor, you're excited to go there and see the sponsor. And that's where things happen. Again, I like working with gays than working with female in modeling. Around me, I can count the female models that I'm close to.
Okay.
But all the other models, like my close pal, like people I'm really, really close to, they're gays.
Okay.
I don't discriminate. I don't see them as bad people because they're very truthful. Very, very truthful. I won't lie. And they're very honest. So, yeah.
Right. Now, one thing I like about all you said, talking about the challenges with the modeling industry, at least you're a testament of the fact that, yes, you had all of those offers and all of that.
Yeah.
But, you stood your ground through all of this. So, yes, that tells us out there that not every model
exactly
is actually,
not every model.
Succumbing to all of these pressures and
Not
giving
every
out
model.
what they have
and
in kind.
I'm going to say for those kind of model, I know it's really going to be tough for you. You're really, really good, but nobody is giving you a job.
Yeah.
Because it's either you don't have the money to finance it, or you cannot do what they're asking you to do. So
Right.
it can be really difficult, and it takes the grace of God.
It takes the grace of
Yes, so
God.
I'm sending them hugs and I'm telling them, do not quit, do not stop, keep training, keep going. You'll get there. You'll get there. And if you cannot get there, create something for yourself. That's all.
Fantastic. And the fact that you have been you are here today on this show.
Yeah.
It's just evidence that, yes.
There is
they
a
can
very
get there.
funny story.
Okay, share it.
I worked on a fashion show and I didn't know how to make up. So there were lots of models and then limited makeup artists.
Okay.
So some models were doing their makeup themselves. And I decided to try, give it a try. And then when I did, my face was white. It was white. And then I had to go out there and did the runway with that face.
Wow.
I still have the pictures till date. And when I look at it, I laugh. But then people really didn't look at the face. They looked at the artwork.
Right.
And then they look at the confidence and how people were literally clapping. So when I went backstage, I was like, with this kind of makeup, people are clapping. Hey. Then I took the makeup serious.
Fantastic. Now, let's get into KAMALE Beauty
Business, yeah.
Cosmetics. When did it all start?
It started with my love for makeup and quality product.
Okay.
And when you look at African brands or African-owned brands, they mostly do not focus on quality.
Okay.
They're produced for the masses, for people to be able to afford it, leaving quality behind. So, and I'm a lover of makeup, someone who likes quality. And there's some makeup when you do, it ruins your face. It's not expired. It's very okay, very intact, but then it just ruins your face. Those were like the things that triggered me to like, at some point, I actually was losing it. Like, why don't I just look for a better brand to buy from? But deep down, I was so not satisfied. Then I had to venture into it.
Okay. So you saw a problem. You had the idea to solve that problem, the low
So how
quality
did I
of
start?
product. So how did you then start it? How did you
I
take us through
started
that?
by sourcing
Okay.
and testing.
Okay.
Yes, sourcing, testing, and real, like authentic results, which I also do in my brand.
Okay.
I make sure I source, test, authentic reviews, like that. So that was where I started from. I started by sourcing, testing them. I made sure I used them before I brought it out to the market.
Okay.
So I started ordering from China and Turkey because I started with liquid lip mats, strip lashes, press-on nails, like that. So yeah.
Okay. Now tell us the line of products that you have in your in your cosmetic.
Okay, I have liquid lip mat. I have strip lashes. I have press-on nails.
Okay.
I have a collection I launched in 2025 that got sold out in 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes, it got sold out in
Congratulations.
24 hours. In there, we had cluster lash extensions. We had the 2-in-1 body glow oil, the shimmer oil.
Okay.
And I'm going to be proud to say it's the first African brand to actually launch the shimmer glow oil.
Okay.
Take it anywhere.
Okay.
Yes, that. And then we had the pink lip kits.
Okay.
Basically, that was everything there. And then the lip sheen.
Okay. Now we'll get deep into all of this further, but how do you get a product? Do you do the product yourself?
No.
Or do you have a factory? Okay, take us
No,
through
I
that.
don't do the product myself. Like I said, sourcing and testing.
Okay.
For cosmetics, when it has to do with makeup, we know the Chinese, the Turkish, they're very good with these items.
Okay.
So I source from them, like companies, to buy and produce for me based on the quantity that I want. I do that, get the product. First thing, I make sure I try them before launching, before bringing it out. And I think that's why most of my customers trust me. And in general, I can't preach what I haven't used. So if you know me well, even when I did adverts for other brands, if I don't use your product, I can't preach it. I won't take the deal. So yeah, sourcing, testing, basically that's it.
Okay. So you in these brands, you look at like you're saying in Chinese and in Turkey.
Yes,
some
Chinese
of their
and
products
Turkey.
you
That's
use
for the makeup section.
Okay.
But then I started skincare in 2025, late 2025.
Okay.
But I didn't launch any product because I was using them for like consistently for 6 months. If there was any reaction, if I really wanted to do this. Exactly. And then I went strictly Korean because I didn't want anything to bleach. I just want something to maintain the African skin. So I made sure the items they produced for me or formulated for me were for African skin. The quality always makes me stand out. Packaging always makes me stand out. And then how it preaches African luxury. Yes, and then the creativity as well.
Fantastic.
Also storytelling.
Fantastic. Now, starting this 2022 into 2023, let's look at when you had your big breakthrough started.
That was in 2025.
Wow.
Yes, when I got sold out in 24 hours, I really didn't believe it. Because, when I started, there were low sales and I got to discover your customers are not your friends.
Right.
You might really think you have followers, you have friends, you've got family. But my darling, your customers are none of these people. That's when you even get to see people don't really care about you. If you want to know how much people love and care about you, open a business. Yes, open a business. And then you'd see, you understand. Friends who can post a picture of you guys hanging out would never post your business for once on their status. So yeah. And I'm heavy on do me, I do you. you can't get what you don't give.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's it basically.
Yeah, so that, right. What were some of the early challenges that you faced when you started
Early
off?
challenges, building visibility. Like I said, you think you have audience or friends until you get to start business. I'm someone who I have people. It's safe to use that word. I have people. I'm someone who used to have a lot of friends because I was deep into modeling way back. But when I started business, and I said to myself, girl, do you really have friends? We stopped talking. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your business. As a matter of fact, when I started the first sales I did, I would say I didn't sell anything, but I didn't stop there. I was depressed. I got tired. But I noticed something within me loves my product.
Yeah.
And that's where the strength came from. I started using my product when I go out. They'd be like, what did you use? Your lip stain is serving looks. It's like on you all day. I'd be like, oh, it's my brand. Oh, you have a brand? Like, you don't know. Oh, you have a brand? Oh, can I see? And people are selfish. They want you to give them for free. And I don't mix business and pleasure.
Exactly.
I learned that from my parents. I don't mix business and pleasure. So I'd be like, why should I give you for free? I didn't go to the market and get it for free.
Absolutely.
But you can try from my personal lip stain.
Yeah.
So it started there. Like I said, I didn't make a sale. Like my first goods I bought, I didn't make even one sale.
Wow.
Family, friends, they didn't buy from me. It was a guy who said, hey, you look lazy. Because people tend to think like I'm very lazy. They say, oh, you look lazy. Do you think you can really do this business thing? Isn't it stressing you? And I told him, I said, Josh, because his name is Joshua. I said, I don't like, I'm tired, but I love my product. If I love my product and I'm someone who people know for quality, it means people will get to like it. And then he said, for that word, how much is the worth of all the items? That was what he told me. He said,
Wow.
how much is the worth of all the items? And I asked him, I said, I can't remember you having a girlfriend. So why would you want to buy everything? And then he said, you answer me. So I gave him the price. It was around, because I started small, it was around, let's say, like $500 to $600 with the capital and profit of sales and all.
Yeah.
And then he said, you know what? Pack them. Give me your Bitcoin wallet. And I said, I don't have a Bitcoin wallet. And he said, okay, I'm going to trade and give you the cash. That's the first guy who bought all my products. So I'm going to say he's a very big inspiration.
Right.
In my business, or to my business. He bought everything. And then he said, do you know what I want you to do? Dash it out.
Wow.
And I said, why would I dash it out? I can sell this thing and make more money. And then he said, you can't tell. Sometimes until you give, you can't receive.
That's
And
true.
I said, not in business. And givers also lack if you don't give with sense.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, you're too smart. You're smarter than your age. I said, give it out. So I rather went to churches. I gifted the pastor's wife. It was more like people I felt like giving. I gave it to them. And then their reviews actually, would I say, inspired me. I like it. Sometimes I have to even wash my lip. It's not coming off until it stays 24 hours. So there I had the courage to restock again. And that one, my lashes went viral. The first customer to patronize that was Foma, a friend from a friend. We're not really close, but then she was the first to patronize. And then she was interested in the brown liquid lip matte because she's more like a lip combo fan. So she bought. Her review also went far. Other friends started buying because, I really didn't care. I stopped caring about them. Because if they're not caring, why should you care?
Absolutely.
I stopped caring. And then I rather focused on my business. On a long run, people came around.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm going to say building visibility was one of the biggest challenges that I had because I had followers, I had audience on my Instagram, but opening a business page, it took me like almost a year to even have like 6,000 followers. But today, because I lost the access to the previous account, which was KAMALE Beauty, and then I opened KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics that has to do with the skincare and the beauty brand together. And I'm proud to say I got my first 10K followers in less than 1 month.
Wow.
Yes. So consistency pays.
That's amazing. Consistency. Now, let's look at how social media has helped you bring. Because I went through your pages, your websites, and I see now you are big on using social media to build your brand.
Yeah.
Let's look at how social media has helped you build this brand.
Okay. So social media came in, like I said before, people who are going to patronize you are not always your followers. They have to either hide, even if they're your followers, they have to either hide to monitor you. People kill your dream only if you're not consistent and if you're not resilient.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of persons who are close to me noticed. And then they started buying because my 2025 collection got sold out by friends. Like, it didn't even stay the following day. 24 hours is even too long to say because even before the products came, people already started paying. Some were buying in twos. It was priced, I think, in cities, it was like 1,000 to this. Yes, sir. It just got sold out. Social media coming in my business, it actually boosts my visibility.
Yeah.
And then owning a business, having a website is also important. That's where you're going to see those that are hiding under the shelf. You see them because the website that I use, you get to see the location of where the person who logged in your site actually logged in from. Social media might look very hard, tasking, but then as a business owner, I would say advertise your business shamelessly on the internet, especially on social media. Do not joke with it. I've made sales on social media, but mostly through ads, Instagram ads, social media ads, thereabout. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now, in the next 5 years, what's your vision for this beauty brand?
In the next 5 years, it's straightforward, like making it one of the, would I say, global African-owned beauty brand. Basically, that's it. Local and international.
Fantastic. What is next for this brand? What are we looking out for? 2025 sold out.
2026.
What are we looking out for?
2026, the collection I launched this year is actually priced at $1,000.
Okay.
Yes, because it's the world's first, which took me about 6 months of research.
Okay.
It's called the world's first skin prep flower bouquet.
Okay.
It's a skin prep wrapped in a bouquet of 50 white roses.
Okay.
And then it's paired with a mystery box.
Okay.
That has to do with the KAMALE beauty. So it's like merging KAMALE skin and KAMALE beauty together in one. So the KAMALE beauty, we have the KAMALE beauty mystery box also, a Black Girl Magic mystery box.
Okay.
In there, we have items that tell a story about Africa.
Okay.
African culture, heritage, strength, and power. Under the KAMALE skin, we have the world's first skin prep flower bouquet. Like I said, wrapped in 50 white roses. We have, in the skin prep, we have the hydrating serum, we have the lip ampule, we have cleansing pad, we have moisturizer, we have SPF 30 sunscreen, and then we have the body glow oil.
Okay.
In there. Then in the KAMALE beauty section, we have the Black Girl Magic mystery box. In there, it tells a story of African strength, culture, heritage, power, with items named after like female African heroines like Ya Santewa, Queen Amina of Zaria. We have Queen Nefertiti of Egypt. We have Queen Makeda. That's the Queen of Sheba.
Okay.
You know, I never knew that was her name until I made research and I got to find out she was called Makeda.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically items named after these female heroines to honor like femininity and then would I say African queens? Because when you look in the present world today, history are not being taught. Yeah, and then it hurts because certain things we're supposed to know, now we have to go online to search for it, and we're not even sure if we have the truth there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, hey, please, we need history back in schools.
Yeah, we do.
We need history back in school.
Certainly.
So yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. For people who want to reach out to you, want to get some of your product, how do they?
You can reach out to us on all social media at KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics.
And your website?
Oh, the website is linked on the page. So it's
Alright.
just on the bio on all social media handles.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Now, finally, to the young lady out there, your interview will inspire a lot of people out there, models, people want to get into this beauty industry. What do you have to say to them?
Okay, I'm going to say your dreams are valid. Do not wait for perfection. Start with the little you have and keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. You're the masterpiece of your life. So you should learn resilience, learn to start small. And like I said, do not wait for perfection. Never underestimate the power of little beginnings.
All right. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your
welcome.
story to the world. I'm sure when this story gets out there, it's going to inspire a lot of people. I personally have taken some key nuggets from
Okay.
this interview.
That's a
And
good
so
one.
thank you so much.
You're
And thank you for living up the standard, especially during your early days. I'm sure some young lady struggling with this out there will hear this and it's going to inspire her a lot. So thank you very much.
It's an honor.
Viewers, it has been an awesome time with the CEO of KAMALE Beauty Cosmetics. Please be sure to put in your comments in the comment section, subscribe if you haven't, and follow us on our social media pages. My name is Enoch, and this is Beyond the Surface, and I am your host.